call to order the Pasco Board of County Commission 9 o'clock meeting on August 22nd, 2023. At this time, please silence all electronic devices and mute your phones. Prior to proceeding, I would like to take a moment to recognize a respected member of our building construction service team who unexpectedly passed away last weekend. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family, friends, and fellow team members during this difficult time. Please rise for the invocation and pledge of allegiance.
O merciful Creator, your hand is open wide to satisfy the needs of every living creature. Make us thankful for your loving providence, and grant that we, remembering the account that we must one day give, may be faithful stewards of your good gifts. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
United States of America, to the republic which stands
Under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
District 1, Commissioner Oakley.
Here.
District 2, Commissioner Waitman.
Present.
District 3, Commissioner Starkey. District 4, Commissioner Bradford.
here.
District 5, Chairman Mariano.
Here. Public comment for public hearing items on this agenda are taken during those individual public hearings. Today's public comment will be handled as follows. First, we'll take public comment from those who are here in person. Then we'll take public comment from those who are pre-registered or WebEx link and currently on queue. I want to say we have no one on queue. We request that when you address the board, comments are not directed personally at a commissioner or team member, but rather directed at the issues. This provides mutual respect between board members and the public. After stating your name and address for the clerk, a 3-minute timer will be activated. After 2 minutes, a single beep will indicate you have 1 minute left. When your time is up, 2 beeps will sound and you should close your comments. WebEx participants will be disconnected automatically when their time is up. Now we'll proceed with public hearings. Item P1.
Yes, sir. This was published in the Tampa Bay Times on July 26, 2023. I do not have the sign-up sheet. Mr. Grant, is there one there still, or? Oh, I do. I didn't realize it was there. Thank you.
That's my fault.
It is hard to tell if there's anyone signed up for P1.
So do you have proof?
Yes, sir. That was Tampa Bay Times, July 26, 2023.
So, Justin, want to read into the record?
Yes, sir. Justin Grant, Public Infrastructure, Fiscal and Business Administration Director. Item number P1 is memo number PIFBA 230405, a resolution by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, increasing the final annual non-ad valorem assessment rate in Unit 4 and Unit 8A, and adopting the final non-ad valorem assessment roll for the Highlands Municipal Service Benefit Unit for roadway maintenance, providing an effective date.
Okay, thank you. And Justin, thank you for making sure that Evelyn Court was included in this, because I did get some constituents calling about that. Is there anyone here to speak against this item?
Sir, it's unclear. It looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people that signed up. Only 2 of them listed P4. The other ones did not list a particular item number, so it depends on
Okay.
how you want to take that.
So we'll go by what we have.
Okay.
Is anyone here to speak in opposition against P1? And we'll leave it on consent. P2.
P2 was published in the Tampa Bay Times on July 26, 2023.
Good afternoon, Leonela Alvarez, Fiscal Services Manager with Public Infrastructure, Fiscal and Business Administration. Item P2, PIFBA 23-0374, a resolution by the Board of County Commissioners of Pasco County, Florida, designating that area commonly known as Forest Hills as a streetlight service area for streetlight improvements to levy assessments against the property benefited by the street lighting improvements in accordance with the Pasco County Code of Ordinance, Chapter 94, Article 3, Section 94-46 through 94-56. We do have presentation available if the board would like to see it.
Okay. Let me just ask for public comment. Is there anyone here to speak against this item? Seeing no one, we don't need a presentation, and we'll leave it on consent. Thank you. Item P3.
Yes, sir. P3 was advertised in the Tampa Bay Times on July 26, 2023.
And for the P2, I would like to make a request for the board to receive and file an additional resident letter that we received.
On P3? On P2?
For P2, yeah.
Okay. You have a motion? Motion receive and file for P2?
Oh, yeah. So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Oh, actually, a roll call vote? All right, roll call vote.
District 1, Commissioner Oakley.
Aye.
District 2, Commissioner Waitman.
Aye.
District 3, Commissioner Starkey. District 4, Commissioner Bradford.
Aye.
District 5, Chairman Mariano.
Aye. Okay.
P3, PIFPA 23-0399, a resolution of Pasco County, Florida, approving an increase to the annual streetlight assessment rates for the following streetlight service areas: Arlington Woods, Barrington Woods, Beacon Square, Chelsea Place, Fairway Oaks, Foxwood, Holiday Lake Estates, Hunters Ridge, Lakes of Regency, Rainbow Oaks, Timber Oaks, and villages at Fox Hollow in accordance with the Pasco County Code of Ordinances, Chapter 94, Article 2, Sections 94-46 through 94-56. We also have a presentation available.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone here to speak against this item? Seeing no one, leave it on consent.
Thank
Item-
you.
Thank you. Item P4.
P4 was published in the Tampa Bay Times on July 26, 2023.
Good morning, Commissioners. Christina Cordone, Assistant Director, Parks, Recreation, and Natural Resources Department. P4 is a resolution to establish the final annual non-ad valorem special assessment and adopting the non-ad valorem assessment role for the Gulf Harbors Neighborhood Park Municipal Services Benefit Unit. We do have a presentation also available.
Okay, thank you. Let me ask for public comment. Is there anyone here to speak against this item?
Yes,
I
yes,
have
sir.
A couple of people, so we're going to pull it off consent. We'll come back to it later on. Okay.
Move approval of the remaining consent items.
I still have one more item, P5.
Oh, you do?
Yes, sir.
Oh, excuse me. Well, that's a regular item, so it's not a consent.
And matter of fact, P5, I think, is going to be a continuance.
So for the record, P5 was advertised in the Tampa Bay Times on July 26, 2023.
Good morning, board members. Jason Mickle, Public Works Director. A resolution canceling resolution number 22-225 related to the El Sol Court paving assessment project, PVAS number 3479, discontinuing El Sol Court paving project, the proposed assessment and the notice of intent to lien adopted under resolution number 22-225, forgiving all county costs incurred to date for the assessment project, authorizing the refund of all prepaid assessments received for the El Sol Court project, and providing for an effective date. This has been continued to the 9/19 agenda, public hearing.
Okay, so can I have a move to continue it?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Roll call.
Roll call.
District
Aye.
1, Commissioner Oakley.
Aye.
District 2, Commissioner Waitman.
Aye.
District 3, Commissioner Starkey. District 4, Commissioner Bradford.
Aye.
District 5, Chairman Mariano.
Aye. Okay. So can I have a, thank you, Jason. So for items P1, 2, 3, can we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I move.
Second.
All in favor? Well, roll call.
District 1, Commissioner Oakley.
Aye.
District 2, Commissioner Waitman.
Aye.
District 3, Commissioner Starkey. District 4, Commissioner Bradford. District 5, Chairman
Aye.
Mariano.
Aye. Okay, so on item P4, we have public comment. Would like to come forward?
Do you want me to call the ones that are clearly signed up first?
We'll take the people signed up first. Go ahead.
Okay, so Donna Caros.
Okay.
Ms. Caros, will you'll state your name and address for the record?
Donna Caros, 5561 Clipper Court, Newport Richey.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, the county supposedly bought the property that used to be the golf course. Now they want only Gulf Harbors to pay for a park. that's going to be a county park. So why does only Gulf Harbors have to pay? Why can't it be the entire county?
That's all.
We don't do back and forth on public comment, but we'll discuss it after we get fit to the end
Okay,
of public comment.
Okay, the next one signed up, I think, is Ravant Wailu? Okay, thank you, sir. Name and address for the record.
Frank Weisler, 3330 Winfield Drive, Holiday, Florida. I also own property in Gulf Harbors, and I'm kind of against this because the traffic going in and out of that neighborhood is ridiculous now. To put a county park in there and have us pay for it for the county, I don't understand it. So I'm just trying to figure out if this has gone through already, and if it's not, can it be fought and checked into?
And we'll discuss it, but the vote is today. So
Excuse me?
the vote is today, like
Yes.
right now.
Okay.
Okay,
If it's going to go through or not?
correct.
All right, thank you.
And sir, the remaining people signed up, it's unclear if it's for this item, so when they come up, I'll check their name if.
Okay. Anyone else want to speak to the item P4? Okay. So we had a couple of comments from staff, for staff.
Good morning. We do have a presentation available.
Let's see the presentation.
Okay. Maybe. Oh, ooh, okay. I will try to, so as I mentioned, this is a resolution for establishing the final annual ad valorem assessment for the Gulf Harbors Neighborhood Park Municipal Services Unit. So on February 2nd, 2022, the board adopted ordinance number 22-07, establishing the Gulf Harbors Neighborhood Park MSBU, and resolution 22-074, establishing the Gulf Harbors Neighborhood Park MSBU Advisory Committee. The MSBU was set to fund half of the purchase price of the property, which was $600,000, with an interest rate over a 5-year term, plus any annual operation and maintenance and overhead costs, as well as any capital improvements that the community wanted. Was that? On May 23rd, 2023, the Gulf Harbors Advisory Committee voted, and they approved the first-year assessment rate for the advisory, or for the MSBU, to be $100 per assessment unit. Here is a map of the subject boundary for the Gulf Harbors MSBU that was adopted in the original resolution when the MSBU was established. And our recommendation is to approve the final annual non-ad valorem assessment rate that came recommended from the Gulf Harbors Neighborhood Advisory Committee for the Gulf Harbors Neighborhood Park MSBU.
Mr. Chairman,
Commissioner Starkey?
I just want to correct some misinformation that we heard here because it is not a county park. This is a private park for the Gulf Harbors community.
As I recall, that's how the neighborhood wanted it to be. They
Yes,
didn't want to have the
yes.
public from the outside coming in to use it.
Yeah, they wanted it to be private, and it will not be a county park. That's why we're paying for our own amenities
You say that as a resident there.
of 2 lots.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't talk. Can't talk.
Mr. Starkey?
This is not a public park. This is a private park for the residents of Gulf Harbors only. You cannot speak from there, sorry.
Is that in writing anywhere?
Do you want to speak to that?
Sir, I'll tell you what, look, if you want to
don't have to
speak,
rehash all this.
I know I don't have to, but I want to get it out on the clear. Sir, if you want to speak to public comment, I'll open public comment back up to you, but this will be the last call for public comment for this item. Yes, sir, you in the black shirt, if you want to come forward, because we can't take comments from the outside.
I apologize,
That's okay.
all right? I didn't mean,
No, no.
I just couldn't understand what you just said, all right?
Name and address for the-
That's very important.
Since, sir, your name and address for the record?
Okay, my name is Charles Blue, Address is 4030 Head Sale Drive, Newport Richey.
Okay.
34652.
What was your address?
3040,
3040.
I'm sorry, 4030 Head Sale, I'm nervous.
I used to live on
4030 Head Sale Drive, Newport Richey.
Okay.
Okay, this is a private park, not okay, that makes a whole lot of difference.
Yeah.
And thank you very, very much for
Sure.
making that distinction.
No problem.
Is it in writing, like that
Of
gentleman
course.
asked?
Yes.
All right, thank you very, very much.
All right. And that was one of the big discussion points of this project. By the way, so does anyone else from the public want to speak to this item? I'm going to close public comment for the final time. And just to address that, Commissioner Stark, I know that was a big item as was being talked about. Did the people from Gulf Harbors want the outside people to come in or not? If not, then they'd have to pay for their portion of it, which they did, and that's how this was set up.
Yeah.
Last part of public comment, and this will be the final.
The final.
Final.
I got the three finals.
Name and address for the
Mary
record?
Brown, 4906 Story Drive. And I just want to know, and I don't know if you can tell me, is how are you going to maintain it a private and not a county? Because once it gets out to the general public that there is a park inside of Gulf Harbors, they will come. So I don't know how you're going to maintain that as a private park.
We'll let the Parks Department answer that question.
Okay, thank you.
So kind of wanted to also provide some information. So we do have a Gulf Harbors website that kind of falls underneath our department page. On that website, it does say it's a private park. It's just operated and kind of maintained by the Parks Department. On that website has all the information, all the minutes from the advisory board, all the agendas, when all the kind of frequently asked questions, and ultimately, with guidance from the committee, that's how we're kind of figuring out what aspects, like kind of narrowing down the entrances for the park to make sure that there's only one entrance to the park that the community is aware of. We're working through those components with the advisory committee to ultimately decide access points, hours, because it is a private community park over there. So as the advisory, as these questions do come up, we are vetting those through the committee to see what measures they would like us to take to make sure that we do try to keep this as private park.
Yes, so, and I read those minutes. I know the last minutes that I read, they were discussing the entrances that are on the sides, which ones should stay open, which ones have easements, which ones don't. So if you go to that website and look at the minutes, you'll learn a lot of information, and those meetings are public.
Yeah. And the next meeting, if anyone's interested in going, is on September 12th in this room at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Thank you. Any other questions for staff? Commissioner Starkey?
No, I'm just excited. I can't wait to have my park. I actually have never been in it, so I'm looking forward to that opportunity to walk our dog and ride my bike safely somewhere in Gulf Harbors.
I move approval.
Move approval. Do I have a second?
All in favor? Oh, that's you.
Still looking for a second.
You want a second?
Do I have a second?
Oh, yes, absolutely, I'll second it. Sorry.
Roll call vote?
Leaving
I
it
thought
open,
it was
it's, you
second.
know,
I tried,
light
I tried.
gesture, you know.
So
Oh, roll
District
call.
1, Commissioner Oakley. District 1, Commissioner Oakley.
Aye.
District 2, Commissioner Waitman.
Aye.
District 3, Commissioner Starkey.
Absolutely, aye.
District 4, Commissioner Bradford.
Aye.
District 5, Chairman Mariano.
Aye. That concludes this morning's meeting. And we'll convene back at 10 o'clock for the regular board meeting.
Chairman, you missed 3 of them.
Waterways and wildlife depend on you to keep them healthy. Excess fertilizer, grass clippings, trash, oils, and pet waste wash into gutters and storm drains when it rains. Stormwater carries these pollutants directly into our lakes and rivers, creating an unhealthy environment for fish, waterfowl, and other aquatic animals. Storm drains are meant for clean rainwater. Most other discharges are illegal. If you suspect an illicit discharge, please contact Pasco County Department of Public Works at 727-834-3611.